In the quiet village of Zubari, people were afraid of the night. Not because of wild animals, not because of thieves, but because something walked in the darkness. Every night when the moon rose high in the sky, a rattling sound could be heard in the streets. Clack, 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 like dry bones hitting each other. Some villagers said they saw a walking skeleton moving slowly between the houses. Others said it was only a ghost, but the truth was far more terrible. Because the monster walking at night was one of them. And for many years, nobody knew who it was, until one brave boy decided to follow the bones, and what he discovered shocked the whole village. Long ago, there was a small village called Zubari. The people there were simple and kind. They farmed in the day. They told stories at night. Children laughed and played near the river. Women cooked warm meals for their families, and the elders sat under the big tree, sharing wisdom. Life in Zubari was peaceful. Every morning, the rooster crowed loudly as the sun slowly rose above the hills. Smoke from cooking fires floated gently into the sky. Farmers walked to their fields carrying hoes on their shoulders. The sound of laughter and conversation filled the narrow village paths. The market was always lively. Women sold vegetables, fruits, and baskets. Hunters brought meat from the forest. Children ran around chasing chickens and goats. Everyone knew everyone, and everyone trusted each other. But one day, strange things began to happen. At first, it was only small things. A goat disappeared. A chicken was found dead. Footprints appeared outside houses at night. The villagers became worried. The footprints were strange. They were not the footprints of animals. They looked long and thin, almost like bones had touched the ground. But nobody understood what they meant. Then something worse happened. One morning, a hunter named Kofi did not return from the forest. His spear was found near the road, but Kofi was gone. The villagers searched everywhere. They went deep into the forest. They called his name again and again. Kofi, Kofi! But the forest answered only with silence. They searched near the river. They searched the hills, but they never found him. People began to whisper. Something evil is here. After that day, the village no longer felt the same. The laughter became quieter. The nights became longer. Soon after Kofi disappeared, the strange bone sound started. Late at night, when everyone was asleep, people heard it. Clack, 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 like dry bones walking. Sometimes the sound stopped near someone's house. Sometimes it moved slowly through the village. Sometimes it circled the same house again and again. Many people were too afraid to look outside. Those who tried said they saw something terrible. A tall, thin skeleton shape walking in the moonlight. Its bones shone white. Its eyes were dark holes, and it moved slowly like it was searching for something. One old woman said she saw it standing outside her window. It did not move. It only stared at the house. She was so frightened she fainted on the floor. After these nights, another person would disappear. First Kofi, then a farmer named Quame, then an old woman who lived alone, then a young fisherman who had gone to check his nets near the river. None of them were ever seen again. Fear filled the village. No one wanted to go outside at night anymore. Children cried when the sun went down. Even the brave hunters locked their doors. People began lighting fires outside their homes, hoping the light would scare the creature away. But the skeleton did not fear fire. It continued walking through the dark village. Clack, clack, clack. The sound became a nightmare in the minds of the villagers. Some people said it was a curse. Others believed a witch had come to destroy their village, but no one knew who. In that village lived a woman named Mama Zola. She was old and quiet. She lived alone at the edge of the village. Her house stood near a thick group of trees where the forest began. People said she knew many strange things. She collected herbs from the forest. She talked to herself sometimes. Some people said she was a healer. Others said she was strange. But nobody suspected her. During the day, Mama Zola was calm and gentle. She greeted people. She smiled at children. She sold herbs in the market. Sometimes she even helped sick villagers. If a child had fever, she gave them herbs. If someone had stomach pain, she prepared a bitter drink. Many villagers believed she was kind, but some people felt uncomfortable around her. Sometimes they noticed strange things. Her house always smelled like burning herbs. Sometimes strange smoke came out of her roof at night. Once a young boy said he saw strange bones hanging inside her house. But when people asked Mama Zola about it, she simply laughed. "They are only animal bones for medicine," she said. So people stopped asking questions, but nobody knew what she did when the sun went down. In the village lived a young boy named Jabari. Jabari was only 12 years old, but he was very brave. He was also very curious. He liked asking questions. He liked solving mysteries. While other children hid in fear, Jabari wanted to know the truth. One night he said to his father, "Father, what if the skeleton is not a ghost?" His father shook his head. "Do not speak about such things. Just stay inside." "But what if someone is pretending to be a skeleton?" Jabari asked. His father looked annoyed. "Enough, go to sleep." But Jabari could not stop thinking. He wanted to know. What if the monster was real? What if someone was doing this? What if the monster was hiding in the village? For many nights, Jabari listened carefully. Sometimes he heard the bone sound. Sometimes he did not. But one night when the moon was very bright, he decided to act. So one night when everyone was asleep, Jabari made a plan. He stayed awake. He waited quietly near the window. The moon climbed high in the sky. The village was silent. The wind moved softly through the trees. Then he heard it. Clack, 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 the bone sound. Jabari's heart began to beat fast. His hands felt cold, but he did not run. Slowly, carefully, he opened the door and stepped outside. The moonlight was bright that night. The whole village looked pale and silent. And then Jabari saw it. At the end of the road, something was moving. A tall white skeleton. Its arms were thin bones. Its ribs showed clearly. Its head turned slowly from side to side. The skeleton walked like it was searching for someone. Jabari's legs wanted to run, but he stayed. Quietly, slowly, he followed it. The skeleton moved between houses. It stopped near a door. It touched the wall, then it moved again. Jabari followed from far behind. His heart beat loudly, but he kept going. Then something strange happened. The skeleton turned and began walking toward the edge of the village, toward the house of Mama Zola. Jabari hid behind a tree. He watched carefully. The skeleton reached Mama Zola's small house. It looked around to make sure no one was there. Then slowly, the skeleton opened the door and went inside. Jabari's eyes grew wide. How could a skeleton open a door? He waited a few minutes. Then he quietly moved closer. He looked through the small window, and what he saw made his whole body freeze. Inside the house, the skeleton was changing. The bones began to fade. The white shape disappeared, and standing in the room was Mama Zola. Jabari could not believe his eyes. The sweet old woman in the market, the quiet herb seller, was the terrible skeleton that walked at night. She laughed softly, a cold, scary laugh. Then she said something that made Jabari even more afraid. "Another village will soon lose someone," she whispered. "I am still hungry." Jabari covered his mouth so he would not scream. Now he knew the truth. The witch was living among them. Jabari ran home as fast as he could. His legs shook with fear. When he reached his house, he woke his father. "Father, father, I know who the skeleton is." His father looked confused. "What are you talking about?" "It is Mama Zola," Jabari said. His father frowned. "Do not say such things," but Jabari told him everything. About the skeleton, about following it, about seeing Mama Zola change back into herself. His father listened carefully. At first he did not believe it, but Jabari spoke with so much fear and honesty. Finally, his father said, "If this is true, the whole village must know." The next morning, the villagers gathered under the big tree. The elders sat in a circle. Jabari stood beside his father. People looked curious. Then Jabari told the whole story. Some people gasped. Some people shook their heads. "No," one man said, "Mama Zola is harmless." But another woman spoke. "I have always felt something strange about her." An old elder stood up slowly. "We must know the truth," he said. "Tonight we will watch her house." The villagers agreed. That night many men hid quietly near Mama Zola's home. They waited in silence. The moon rose. The wind blew softly. Then something terrible began to happen. Inside the house, a strange light appeared. The door slowly opened, and out stepped the skeleton. The villagers gasped quietly. Now they saw it with their own eyes. The skeleton walked slowly down the path, just like Jabari had said, but this time the villagers were ready. When the skeleton reached the road, the men jumped out. "Stop!" they shouted. The skeleton froze. Then it tried to run, but the villagers surrounded it. They threw nets over it. They held it down, and slowly the white bones began to fade. Right there in front of everyone, the skeleton turned back into Mama Zola. The villagers stepped back in shock. "It is true," someone whispered. "She is the witch." Mama Zola looked at them with angry eyes. "You should have stayed out of my business," she hissed. "You fools! but the villagers were no longer afraid. Too many people had disappeared, too many families had cried. The chief stepped forward. "You have brought fear to this village for many years," he said. "Tonight it ends." The villagers tied Mama Zola tightly. She screamed and cursed, but nobody listened. They took her to the center of the village. The elders made a strong fire. Mama Zola laughed at them. "You think fire can stop me?" But the villagers stood together. They were not afraid anymore. The chief raised his hand. "This evil ends today," and the fire was lit. Soon the flames grew bright. The witch screamed loudly, but the villagers stayed strong. They watched until the fire was gone, and when the flames finally died down, the witch was gone forever. After that night, something amazing happened. The village became peaceful again. No more bone sounds, no more disappearances, no more fear. Children played outside again. Farmers returned to their work. Laughter filled the village once more. The people of Zubari never forgot the brave boy who helped them. Jabari became a hero. And the elders often said, "Evil can hide in friendly faces, but truth always finds a way to come out." The moral of the story: evil may hide in the dark for a long time, but one day, the truth will always expose it. And sometimes, even the bravest hero is just a curious boy who refuses to ignore the truth.